I get asked all the time how I can live in a van, and it feels like a weird question. I mean, the real question here is, how did I live in a car? What I'm trying to say is, if you first have a good enough reason why, you'll figure out the how. So today, instead of telling you the answer you think you want to hear, we're going to explore the question you should be asking. We're going on a road trip. It's been a wonderful season out here in the PNW, but like any adventure, this one must come to an end, and you gotta know when it's time to move on, and I think it's time to move on. The rain has officially moved in, and I've been waking up in the van feeling pretty cold, like just thinking to myself, man, it's cold all of a sudden. So I'm heading out of here. I don't know where I'm going yet, to be determined. I will keep you informed. But I am really looking forward to it, because when I'm on the road, when I'm driving, when I'm going somewhere, when I'm going somewhere when I don't even know where I'm going, that's when I feel the most alive. I'm really stoked to just start the car up, get out, and drive all day. Going there. Going into Utah. It looks so pretty. The best part of not knowing where you are or where you're going is that you never really know what you're going to see along the way. And I thought this was rain, but I think it's a dust storm. I'm at a quarter of a tank. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. And the reason that's a problem is I have no internet, so I can't tell where I don't know where the next gas is coming from. This is what I freaking love. This is why I live in a van right here. All my worries, all my stress just melts away when I get out here. I'm going to visit my friend Hannah in Havana. It has been too long. She's been through a ton, and I am so excited to see her. I met Hannah all the way back while still living out of my hatchback Sheila. At the time, Hannah was cruising the country in her converted van, riding mountain bikes all over the place. Kinda sounds familiar, huh? I bumped into her post-ride at a trailhead and promptly began snooping around her decked-out van, asking 1,001 questions about her setup. For some reason, she didn't tell me to get lost, and we've been friends ever since. She's got the Live Free Ride Hard, Get Stoked shirt. Yeah! Meeting Hannah was a massive inspiration for me to finally make a push and upgrade out of my car and into my van. Nowadays, Hannah has traded in her Vanna and is going by the moniker Homestead Hannah instead. Almost exactly a year ago now, Hannah moved to Oregon alongside her partner Richard and began the ambitious project of building their very own homestead. When I arrived, I was absolutely blown away with all they've accomplished in just a year.
We got a couple tractors, a couple sawmills. We got our 2B milled lumber.
Y'all are just out here doing your thing.
Yeah.
Hannah and Richard gave me a full tour of the property, including their shipping container office, super deluxe outhouse with a view, and even the beginning of some bike trails and features. I was especially impressed with the log cabin that they literally built from the ground up, made straight from trees they felled and milled on their property. The homestead is pretty secluded by design, and the already sizable 25 acres feels even bigger thanks to the vast amount of surrounding wilderness. When Richard took me out for a tour to get the lay of the land, I was really blown away with just how expansive, wild, and gorgeous it all was. Though I was impressed by all of this, my personal favorite has got to be these little guys.
There they go. They're all siblings. They're all from the same mama. There you go. So that's Danger. And Finn. Daphne coming in hot.
Oh my gosh, they're so cute. As if building a homestead in the wilderness wasn't a big enough undertaking, just months after the purchase, Hannah received devastating news of her diagnosis with stage 3 breast cancer. Driving an hour into town for a radiation session with Hannah gave me just the tiniest glimpse of how much she's been challenged over this last year. All I can really say is, I'm in absolute awe of her. I am so incredibly stoked to report that a few months after my visit, this happened.
You bring it side to side. Okay. As loud as you can.
The sound of that bell means Hannah has completed her final radiation, is in remission, and currently living cancer-free. There's something about seeing a friend battling for their life that tends to put everything else into perspective. I left the homestead thinking about how greatly I cherish my friendships and how it's up to me to make time to put in the effort required to continue to foster and grow them. All right, it is probably last day of the drive across to the desert. I am on my way to Moab. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting there because I get to shower. I bet you guys can't guess how many days it's been since I showered. I bet you guys can't. After a few more days driving south in the van, I was definitely ready for a little excitement. And let's be honest, no road trip is truly complete without a little adventure. Lucky for me, I found what I was looking for high atop the LaSalle Mountains outside of Moab, Utah, where I met up with my buddy Nate for a ride down the appropriately named Hell's Canyon. To say this ride delivered the goods would be a vast understatement. I mean, it had everything I could ever ask for in an epic adventure. Absolutely stunning scenery around every corner.
This is rad. Oh, Hell's Canyon. It's so dusty.
Getting at least a little lost and having some navigational issues is pretty much a prerequisite. And no adventure is complete without those moments that make your heart race.
That was gnarly. Oh.
Throw in some mechanical delays because, hey, anything really worth doing doesn't come easy. And of course, what we all really care about, some truly primo single-track riding. I mean, come on! Does it get any better than this? Needless to say, I was super stoked about the entire affair, and was really grateful to Nate for opening my eyes to this entirely new side of Moab that I had never experienced before. It's adventures like these that inspired me to start making videos to share in the first place. Sometimes, I have to remind myself that in order to continue having rad adventures to share, I first have to get out and live them. But that's more of a note to myself than you guys watching. While still in Moab, I also met up with some other friends of mine, Aaron, Devin, and their dog Luca. We met way out in the desert where we camped overnight and got out for a hike the next day at Onion Creek. It was so refreshing to spend even just a night and day completely offline and immersed in nature. honestly, I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I can't even remember the last time I had done that. Hiking, to me, is totally different than mountain biking, yet a lot like driving, in that it's one of the rare times that I can't and shouldn't be doing anything else. At the same time, neither one of them really requires a lot of physical or mental effort, which ends up leaving me free with my thoughts. I may not always know where my next tank of gas is coming from, and yeah, I've been left wanting a hot shower on more than a couple of nights. Hey, it's not for everyone, and I never said it was easy. So why do I live in a van? I do it for the freedom, the friends, and the adventure. I do it because, for whatever reason, I seem to thrive when living a simple and intentional way of life. And when I look back at it all, man, I'm just so stoked I'm not in that car anymore. Thanks for watching, guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. And until I see you next time, you know what to do. Live free, ride hard, and get stoked.
They just follow you around, and they love playing on the bike features. It's so
Really?
Fun. Yep, they'll send it off the drops, and they love playing on rocks like little mountain goats.
Oh my goodness. Adorable.